Rita Cook with ECP-TV, and as you can see, my co-host is missing again. I don't know where he is. Hello, Tommy. I wish you were here. So I'm going to do this on my own again. You guys seemed to like that last time. Our lead story this week in the paper is Representative Carl Sherman is leading a charge to remove Confederate memorial statues in Austin. And there's a group of people that are actually doing that, and he is just part of one of the state reps that signed on to that. So we will see what happens. I know there is a lot of controversy in Ellis County about that happening versus in Dallas County, and it's a big deal right now, and there's a lot of people that have, you know, pro or cons with that. So let's follow that story and see what happens. And we will follow. I know that District 109 is Carl Sherman, and then Jake Elsie is actually the the state rep in Waxahachie. So let's see what happens with that. There's a lot of Confederate statues around, and there's a lot of different opinions about why these should not be taken down or kept up. So, okay, so in Ferris has actually hired a new assistant city manager, chief operating officer, and let's see, I think he begins about mid-August. He comes from a really good background from other cities where he actually worked in Dallas, where he was handling many of the same things that he will be doing in Ferris, and I think that this is a really positive move. Brooks Williams, over the city manager in Ferris, is very excited about having him start. And so we're looking for great things for him. Here's a picture of him if you're wondering what he looks like. So, all right. Red Oak Mayor mandated a face mask for residents. That he sort of went above and beyond the call again. Mayor Stanfield seems to think that he can dictate people what they need to do in Red Oak, even though Todd Little, the judge in Ellis County, doesn't necessarily think the same way that he does, but I believe every mayor does have the right to override what the county judge decides if he so chooses. So I know a lot of people that I know are not going to Red Oak just because of the fact that they don't want to put a mask on, and I know it's an issue, another very important issue about whether or not you should wear it or not, but I still think that, like, for me, I will wear the mask because I want everybody to be safe, but I want it to be my choice because I have a brain, and so that's one of the things I know a lot of people have been kind of angry with him about. All right, so there's that. Governor Abbott has extended early voting period for the November 3rd election because it's going to be an interesting one, as this whole year has been, I think. So we'll keep that in mind. And Ovilla canceled their Heritage Day, which is in September. City of Ovilla, we're sorry that you had to do that. A lot of different cities are having to do that, including Wilmer canceled their Pioneer Days, and I believe that Ferris is having to cancel their yearly event as well. So we hope next year that everybody can come back and have these events again, because they're a good way for people to come together in the community. So last week we were not here, but I know that we already did talk about the fact that Sheriff Edge lost the election to the incumbent Brad Norman, and that will be on January 1st when that changes. Both of them ran a really clean race, and I think that it's probably a really good example of people and how to act whenever you're running for a seat. Chuck Edge is a friend of mine, and he was very gracious, and I think he said he was going to go retire. So I think he has retired about 3 or 4 times before, so we'll see if that really happens. And good luck to Brad Norman. There was a speeding stop that led to a drug bust on I-45, and that was due to the K-9 unit in Ferris. I didn't even know they had a K-9 unit, but I'm really excited when different police departments do have K-9 units, because there is one thing I've learned doing ride-alongs with the police. You might you might not want to stop for a gun, but you always will stop for a dog, because those dogs mean business. They don't care, so don't run from the dog. Let's see, what else? There is, that's really about it, except for the fact that I think that everybody should remember that board positions are open in all of your cities. Ferris particularly has boards, commissions, and committees, and if you don't want to run for city council, but you do want to kind of get your feet wet regarding what's going on in city government, join one of these. It's easy, and they need people from the community to do that. Last but not least, because the weekend is coming, master your family meals with ease. There's some really great recipes. Maybe last week you may have seen this yummy looking recipe. I don't eat meat, but we know if Tommy were here, he'd have all kinds of things to say about it, because there's some pulled pork there. So that looks yummy. And this week, Flavor Fusion. Update summer classics with Asian-inspired flair. That's definitely more at my alley for sure. That looks very healthy. There's some sizzling shrimp fajitas, spicy steak and broccoli, and who doesn't want to have fajitas this time of year? And so on the back, we're also going to be doing a Constitution show coming up in the future, and just talking about the different Constitution, the articles, and all that, and the amendments. So stay tuned for that. We're still looking for sponsors because we want people to get involved in. Even if you don't believe what the Constitution says, or for some reason you don't believe that it's right, you want to change it, okay, but do it the right way, because that's what this country is based on, not on just going off and making a decision without anybody else's opinion. So I think there's a lot of that going on right now, but I know we're all struggling with COVID. I hope everybody's mental health is going well. I know there's still protests going on, and I just want to say one more time that I've said many times that we're all Americans, so whether or not what color we are, what religion we are, it's all about us coming together as an American people. And I feel very strongly about that. And I think I've been called the constitutionalist, which I'd never been called before COVID, but I guess I am, because I am an American, and I have been to other countries, and I do know what it's like to be in a socialist country, or to even be in a communist country, because I've been to China many times, and we have a great country here, and we need to fight to keep this country what it is. So there you go. Tommy, I miss you, and I'm ready to cook with ECP-TV. Thanks for watching.